What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Carcino in here. Hit the like button and welcome back to Katt Williams Week. As it continues on, as everybody's coming out the woodwork to get their promotional market moves off on Katt Williams. They said, well, this is lightning in the bottle. We need to take full advantage of this. Now, the only way to get this thing activated is to do what? Respond and promote whatever it is that you're doing. Keep your name out there and keep your name hot. Katt then did these dudes a favor. Kevin Hart started marketing his new movie, promoting it. It's getting all these views just off of his tweet. He's not going to say anything else. He doesn't need to. He's Kevin Hart. Promote whatever movie he's got and keep it moving. But Luda came out and did a freestyle. Why? Because he's a rapper. That's what he does. Now, Katt did a whole album. And it was, it was Katt Williams rapping. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't outstanding either. But it's like 20-something songs, too. Like, he took it seriously. And Luda went straight off the dome and was just freestyling and tearing it up. So, without further ado, we gonna let Luda get up and do his thing. And then we'll let y'all know what y'all think about it. Right? Look at him. He getting off, too. Look at Luda. He going. Let's listen to what Luda had to say. Let's take this back. Ooh. Look at that. Luda. Letting them know I still got my sideburns now. And I got my fro. I got my hair braided. Luda. Now, Luda did that. But let's go into what that really details and what it really means, good people. Now, when you look at that situation, what it's really detailing, what it's really meaning is that he's trying to show him, dog, I'm not sold myself or sold my soul or did none of that. I'm still Luda. Any Illuminati meetings and all that is Ludanati, but he ain't really denying anything about the meeting and what took place. You know, that's the gist of what I'm getting here. You see, what people don't really understand is that Katt Williams don't really care about any of it. Like, he got off what he wanted to get off and said what he wanted to say, and that was pretty much it. Um, where I feel everyone else needs to do right now at this point is, what they're doing. They're gonna keep Katt Williams' name out there. When he do his comedy special in May, I think it come in March or May, Netflix. Oh, it's gonna be explosive. That's gonna probably be Netflix's biggest comedy special. Everybody's gonna want to hear his response to all of these people saying what they are saying. Because there's a lot of people talking. Right. Ricky Smiley throwing in his 2 cents. Everybody throwing in. You got people ain't had nothing to do with it. Going after somebody. It's just the way of the new world, man. It is the way of the new world. Oh, I have been idle for a while. They was like, "You've been idle too long, sir." My bad. But if you want to know about Luda and what happened when he did meet with Universal and all of that, go to the Patreon and it'll give you great insight as to what happened in that situation. Now, the meeting where Katt was there when he said it was between him and Ludacris, I never heard anything about that.
Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. Ricky Smiley. Listen up, because this working
Ricky Smiley can't act because he can't act. True. That's why he dresses up as a woman and does his little parts. But it's not just that. It's not just that he can't. It's not that he's that and he just can't act. He can't. It's not funny. So when I said Ricky Smiley, I want my money back. I wanted my money back. I ain't want to be there no way. So that was another thing. I ain't want to be there. I'm like, look, I don't want to be here. Then I go there and the comedy show was all right. Everybody else was good, decent, and he came on there and he was like the main prize. I'm like, this guy, Ricky Smiley. They was like, you know him from Friday After Next and from blah 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 radio. It's Ricky Smiley. And he came out there and he was just so whack and lame and silly. And I said, man, this is some ridiculous ass shit here. I ain't want nothing to do with it. And you see, Luda never really addressed anything in the freestyle, really, about, you know, him changing and cutting his hair and all of this stuff that he was saying for the role that they wanted him to cut his hair. My thing is, well, how did you get this movie deal for 10 million plus when there's actors who have paid their dues in Hollywood for years, never got offered that type of money? I mean, you almost getting Denzel type money. So when you're getting Denzel type money, you know what I see that don't make any sense to me? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is Luda 7 months ago. Let's listen.
That year, the 10 franchises.
There's so much evolution, but I think the hair being different in every film has something to do with that. Look, there you go.
Oh, come on.
See? So what Katt Williams is talking about is true. This is back when he was all out on the first film. Then when they brought him back for the film, this is where he was. And when he signed the deal, after 5 was the biggest thing in the world, and they decided to keep this thing moving forward from 6 on, that's when he signed the Universal deal. And that deal was Ludacris. And as you seen, when he came back, look at what he looked like. Hair shaved low. The fro is gone. Sideburns is gone. And you think that's a coinky dink that he got that once he got the deal? You think that's a coinky dink? He's not the only one to get that cupcake deal from Universal. He's not the only one to get a cupcake deal. Is that what you thought? That it's just Ludacris? No, buddy. A lot of people got favorable deals in that situation. So if you want to see the evolution of it, listen to what he's saying.
Got to switch it up every time.
Do you have a favorite look?
Probably the hair out look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just love that my character constantly, you find out something new about him every time. And I'm the tech guy, but as I evolve, you finally get to whoop some butt. You know what I mean? I'm finally getting some more action scenes, and it really shows, and you find out more about him.
So this is him
Character, how's
talking
he
about
evolved?
the Fast movie and his evolution in the Fast franchise. How do you justify getting $10 million a movie? If Ludacris is in a movie, how would it even gross $10 million at the box office? That's one. So the only way Ludacris is going to make that Universal money click and they could justify paying him $10 million a film is putting him in what? Fast and Furious films. You see how that worked? So he doesn't have to do anything else. He's good. Long as these things are making almost to $1 billion, 500 million, they make a lot of money off these Fast movies. So as long as they keep making Fast, whatever, they're going to continuously keep pushing these films out. Well, when you start looking at the business of getting things done, the way he auditioned for the contract was different, because that's why he thanked the man who put him in the first movie and casted him, John Singleton. Because without him doing that, they wouldn't have actually went and picked him up in the first place. See, what you don't remember is that when he came out word of mouth back in 2002, it was a lot of controversy going on. And a lot of people didn't know that. But let's talk about that. When Luda was first picked to be in Fast and the Furious, Pepsi, who was sponsoring him, had dropped him because Bill O'Reilly, he came out and went after Bill O'Reilly, and the right wing people attacked Ludacris. Y'all don't remember that, huh? Ludacris was attacked, y'all. Like, they came right after him. The right wing people went there, and he led a protest against Bill O'Reilly. So Pepsi got involved and said, hey, we don't want no parts of no protest. We dropping you. So all the Fox News people hated Ludacris. He was his foul-mouthed rapper. So Pepsi said, we're yanking all our ads to customer complaints over his profane, violent lyrics. And Bill O'Reilly called Pepsi out for their immoralness for giving exposure to a top-selling rapper. And this is a bad influence and unprofessional hoes in different area codes. So a Pepsi spokesman pointed out that Ludacris doesn't rap such lyrics in Pepsi commercials, which was a mere, appears to be funny, popular, and G-rated guy. But Bill O'Reilly came down on Pepsi, and he had all the right-wing people saying they're not finna drink Pepsi, and that was it. So Pepsi had dropped Madonna back in '89 when she did Like a Prayer, when she was basically, celebrating a black man as Jesus and all that. They couldn't take that. This is sacrilegious. And they called for a boycott of her and saying, everybody, that's it. So now, Bill O'Reilly telling people to switch to Dr. Pepper. Like he's the Pepsi pitch man. So people need to take that in stride when you start thinking about Ludacris. Now, all of this happened, and he was blacklisted, blackballed, right? So he was on Def Jam at the time, right? And they were shocked by Pepsi saying that they not finna sponsor Ludacris no more. And when Ludacris seemed to be one of the top safest rappers of all time. So Ja Rule chose not to come back to Fast and the Furious, which was the biggest mistake of his career. Monica! He chose not to do the sequel because he was the biggest star in the world and he wanted big money. but he chose not to come back to do the sequel. So with them not having Ja Rule come back, they added Tyrese. So that's how Tyrese got in there and did what he did. Tyrese part was supposed to go to Ja Rule. John Singleton came in and brought in Tyrese and said, well, I got somebody that could do it. We'll take Tyrese. So now it was Paul Walker and Tyrese instead of Paul Walker and Ja Rule, which was supposed to be the movie. You didn't know that, did you? They brought Ludacris in and they brought the Japanese girl in because John Singleton wanted to add some color to Fast and the Furious and that all these different genres. They love cars. They love racing cars. In every race and nationality, we need more Hispanics involved. It's not just Hispanics and whites. Blacks and Asians love it too. So he wanted to include all the races into the circle of racing and bringing the cars out and all that. So he brought out all the color, all the flavor of racing. Wasn't a very good movie, but he did bring a lot of stuff to the equation. Can't take that away from what John did. Um, I don't know why Katt Williams said it was between him and Ludacris. I don't understand I don't see how bringing Katt Williams in was going to change anything when he got the deal based on the character he had already played in the film, which was Taj. Yeah, I mean Tech or Taj Tech, whatever he was. He got that role because he had already played that role. So when he came back and revived it in part 5, playing Tez, okay, there it is, Tez. When he came back and reprised Tez, and they brought Tyrese back, they came in under different presents. Paul Walker and Vin Diesel made the decision of let's bring back the crew. Let's blend it all together in 5. Let's bring in those guys that was in the second movie, even though he wasn't in it. A lot of those characters were, beloved. Let's bring those guys in as well. And then we'll try to rope in, Tokyo Drift, which Vin was in at the end of it. So he didn't do part 3 because he wanted to do his own movie. The one he did called A Man Apart with Lorenz Tate. He wanted to do a different character and a different take on the situation. Well, Ludacris had become top billing at the time when you guys didn't realize he was. He became top billing. He became the pitch man for all these products. So while Pepsi was listening to people like Bill O'Reilly and had made such a rush to judgment, they really hurt themselves and they lost a lot of ground to Coca-Cola, who was always moving to the next bigger, better thing. So absolutely. So on that note, we're going to get ready to shut things down here on this side, thanking you for those who came out to listen to the video. But just like we said, about Luda and how his hair switched up and how he had to shave and change from Ludacris the rapper to Ludacris the actor. We've seen how commercially tech savvy he looked by the time they did part 6. So that's 2, that's 5, and that's 6. So what Katt's saying is accurate. The freestyle did not really address any of the things that Katt was talking about. Did they make you cut your hair, Luda? Did all of these things take place? Y'all let me know. And don't forget to follow Kwame Brown Bus Life, Ticket TV, Armando Black TV, Angela Stanton King Show, Dreamers Pro, my page, and go on the Patreon Carcino for Life. And I'm out the door, man.